Alrighty, guys. This is a video here by Anna Marie. I'm bad with names. No disrespect. Forcino. I think I've watched a video of hers before. She's fine. I don't remember having anything particularly an issue with it, but whatever. Anyway, it's about Elliott Hulse. And I used to watch Elliott Hulse so much when I was really into strongman. He's a really good guy. He had a lot of good advice and stuff. He was cool. I do remember a few years ago he started to get a little, what I remember as a little kooky. I'm going to be real. I haven't watched him in a long time, so I can't tell you if he is kooky. We'll see what he has to say. We'll see what they're talking about. So it's called Elliott Hulse Killer Depression with Kunkin. That's a Kunkin? Did they mean to say Duncan? I don't know. Let's get it. Let's watch. Let's watch.
Alrighty. Well, hello, sinners.
You're doing great, King. You got this.
I will tell you, just me personally. I'm not a big fan of this type of humor. But you want to know what? My scoutmaster once told me, Boy Scouts is for everybody, but not everybody is for Boy Scouts. And that's something that's really stuck with me. You know what I mean? So I'll try not to focus too much on the humor that I personally think is a little, you get what I'm saying. Doesn't mean it's bad. 12 Days of Sinmas. All right.
Alrighty. Well, hello, sinners. How are you doing? And welcome to day 6 of the 12 Days of Sinmas.
Merry Sinmas to the sinners at home.
All you sinners at home with all your...
Didn't Ryan Beard do a thing with Nicholas, not Nicholas? I don't know what I'm saying. Nicholas, not Green? Nick's not Green. I don't know. That's kind of like a whole church theme, and then he gave up on it. Well, I think it's more that they just were like not feeling. I don't even know. Whatever.
Sinning. I see you.
We see you.
We see you when you're sleeping.
Well, I hope you're not watching me sin.
He knows when you're...
Because that is a very intimate thing between myself and not even God, because I don't want him to see it.
awake. He knows if you've been sinning or not, so you better sin for goodness sake.
Right. We encourage sinning here.
We do. So we've made
I mean, if you don't sin, then Jesus died for nothing. Am I right?
it to the halfway mark of the 12 Days of Sinmas. How do you feel?
I feel great. It's been an amazing celebration.
Yeah, I've been having fun too. That felt like part of a kid's show where like you're waiting for the response. And you're like, wow, I had fun too.
I wasn't even...
These two would be a nice couple. Like it's like the bisexual couple. Like they're both a little bi. Reminds me a little bit of Adam Driver and Leah Dunham, except she's not quite as obnoxious as Leah Dunham, and he's not quite as sexy as Adam Driver.
I'm aware that we were halfway through Sinmas, but I was enjoying it.
Adam Driver is
These are all
very
being
sexy.
filmed out of order.
Leave a comment below on how you're enjoying Sinmas.
Please
Call
do.
to action. I better see like buttons.
Show us your like buttons.
Prove to us that you're liking these.
Give us validation, please. We're very fragile people.
We need it. Yeah.
Why do you think we're YouTubers?
Every like button is a boost in my already inflated ego.
Every like is a milligram down in my antidepressant prescription.
There you go.
Wow, that's a little sick. Okay.
And that's on you guys.
They beat a boss.
Yeah.
No, too much.
Oh, yeah. We might get canceled for that.
We're on the line, people. Keep liking.
It's just crazy. They might actually, anything that's considered anything that doesn't align with what you're supposed to do is cancelable nowadays, guys. Be careful. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Next thing you know, if you're going to say something like, yeah, I think that, you'll say something about how baby formula can be kind of bad for kids. You're like, oh my God, you're classist. You know what I mean? Because I think that breast milk is supposed to be better. I don't know. I was raised on baby formula, and I do fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
So, to celebrate the halfway mark of the 12 Days of Sinmas, what would you like to give my sinners at home on day 6 today?
Well, I have been thinking a lot about it, and you know what? There is nothing more in the Christmas spirit than hitting the gym. So I gift to you Jimble Bells.
I mean, listen, the gym is a good idea. I think it's good, man. It's good to do something physical with your body. It's a good idea. Even if it's not like lifting weights, man. Going, maybe running, walking. Walking is excellent. I'm really trying to get into the walking thing. My wife and I are really trying to be committed. We've been doing a little better with the dieting. We haven't been doing great with the exercise. We're trying to get our shit together. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be busy with work and whatnot, and it's cold out. We usually like to walk outside, but we're gonna give the old. We're gonna go there. We're gonna make the old college effort. Get a nice solid half hour in per day. That's my New Year's resolution. We're gonna start a little early, of course.
Sound effect. Jingle bells. I have to make sure it lands.
It's just healthy. Walking is healthy.
Thank you. Merry Sinmas.
Merry Sinmas, everyone. Speaking of the gym.
Nothing more precious than building your body, man. It's true. It'll make you feel good too, especially if you're young and you have the you know, my shoulder is real fucking torn apart. So it actually makes me sad when I try to go to the gym because I like working out physically. My shoulder's so torn apart from like driving a bus. I know that sounds so silly, but I used to have to, like, I didn't drive out, but I was the lead manager for a bus wash, and you have to whip the wheel to park the big buses, and doing this like has really torn up my shoulder. It actually just hurt to do that. It makes me a little sad that I'm getting older and I've got it's just permanent damage.
Today we're going to be talking about our favorite gym bro, Elliott Hulse. Now, we have both talked about Elliott Hulse in the past. Overall, what are your thoughts on him?
I think if you're gonna pick a favorite gym bro, Elliot is gonna be the most captivating because, oh my goodness, he's built like a tank. He's huge and just has 1,000 wrong opinions.
For sure.
I can't think of a better present to unwrap here today.
He has every quality of an alpha male. Like when you look up alpha male in the dictionary, his face is there. And when you look up beta, Sneeko is there. So for all of those who are not in the Elliott Hulse cinematic universe, before Elliot started making terrifying red pill content, he was actually strictly only a gym bro. He made a lot of fitness content, a lot of strength training.
Yeah, a lot of strongman content. Excellent. It was excellent. He was excellent. Breathe through your balls, guys. You know?
Content. I think he still does that now, but his main focus is more of the red
You lost 70 pounds in 2 months. Well, that's good. Just you know, make sure to that sounds a little intense. Hopefully you can maintain, try to focus on diet too. You know, make sure you don't, go too much into restrictive eating to the point where you unrestrict your eating. Because I've been there before where I've lost a lot of weight really quickly and then you kind of like gain it back. Because, you know, maybe you didn't do anything necessarily sustainable. You know, a lot of people go there and they end up just reverting back with their like metabolisms are a little worse off, you know. So just saying.
Content that we know and love.
Right. And gym content can go overboard very easily, but there's nothing wrong with like promoting health, like fitness. I think if he had just stayed on that road, we would not be here today.
Yeah.
But we are.
We are.
He did and we are.
I've actually seen on a lot of forums, like some of his clients have like stopped following him because of his outlandish opinions, to say the least.
Clients will do that, yeah.
He's really made a bit of a downfall over the past few years.
Wow. If only there was something we could figure out that was causing this downfall.
Yeah.
That's a pickle.
People just hate free speech.
I think that's it. That's the easy answer. That's what we're going with.
Thinking is illegal nowadays. People hate when others have wrong opinions.
So true.
That's it.
It's them.
It is kind of true. I know that we're like memeing a little bit here, but I'm gonna tell you, man, that like in the future, there's something's gonna happen, and like you never know. You could say something that's like so innocuous, and then all of a sudden, 5 years passes, and all of a sudden you are experiencing a cancellation. I would just especially be wary as somebody that I'm a little more wary of, like more progressives who do that stuff. You know, these guys seem a little progressive, which is nothing wrong with that. But be careful, man, because you never fucking know what happened. You never know. People could just be feeling a little bit, a little froggy. All of a sudden, you said something silly, and boom, it's incredible. People are very sensitive, and they're very disproportionate. It's crazy how we'll be so aggressive to cancel somebody for a mistake, but nobody calls out the bullying. Like, honestly, nobody really calls out the bullying stuff. But it's just like normal. In fact, it's encouraged in the cancel culture communities. Not just progressives. Conservatives can do it too, but I'm just saying.
Who are wrong.
It's just us and the woke mob who are pro-censorship. You know, we don't want to see an alpha bro winning.
No, absolutely not.
No, we're just two betas. Do you consider yourself a beta?
I consider myself the strongest beta. I'm an alpha beta, if you will. I crush it out there in terms of being a beta.
You're killing it. We're going to push our differences aside with Elliot today, and we're going to look at some throwback content from him. Now, I think he deleted this from his channel or wherever this was posted.
Oh, I need
That's
the
a
mechanics
promising sign.
But it has been reposted many, many times and reacted to many times because
everything on the internet is forever. So
this is true.
He's got to live with that, I suppose.
We are all
Did they say he retracted it? Did he say something that he doesn't agree with anymore? Or like, should happen sometimes?
single.
I consider myself the strongest
see.
beta. I'm an alpha
Sure.
beta, if you will. I crush it out there in terms of being a beta.
You're killing it. We're going to push our differences aside with Elliot today, and we're going to look at some throwback content from him. Now, I think he deleted this from his channel or wherever this was posted.
That's a promising sign.
But it has been reposted many, many times and reacted to many times because
everything on the internet is forever.
this
so
is true.
He's got to live with that, I suppose.
We are all single-handedly fucking up our digital footprints right now.
Oh yeah, everyone here.
Because you also use your legal name on YouTube.
No, you can't decode my legal name. It's a username.
Of course,
Right.
yeah.
I could be anybody. But
Oh, okay. Now I remember before I was like, is his name Duncan? So it's probably Duncan Kastner, and he says Kunkin Dastner. I somehow said that very poorly. Okay, fair enough.
Let's put that out there. Okay.
You could be Elliott Hulse in a Duncan Dassner mask. Sorry.
Oh no, both of my identities have been revealed.
No.
Oh, it's a sin mist disaster.
I'm doxing you. I'm so sorry. That's my gift to you.
Thank you.
So the original video is called Bioenergetic Catharsis. What do you think that could possibly mean?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume, and I am just assuming here, that it's going to be crazy. But in terms of content, I think it's about him coming to terms with, you know, the natural state of an alpha male, which is harnessing energy, bio ways of, I have no idea. I can't piece this together.
You're
Bioenergetic catharsis. I don't think that there's anything. Okay, it's someone that tells you to take a deep breath. It seems like a little bit bro sciencey. Okay, sure.
close. As you can tell, he is very intense in this first frame here.
That is a sturdy.
He's always intense, bro.
I've actually only watched bits and pieces of it. I wanted to also have this be an organic reaction.
Yes, a bio-organic, energetic reaction.
Catharsis reaction, energetically.
Of course, why not?
And this is old. This is at least a 7-year-old video, so
Okay.
we're watching a young Elliot here.
But he seems pretty determined in what he's about to
Elliot.
say. So
Yeah, if anything, he's steadfast in his beliefs, even to this day, and you have to respect it.
you have to.
You do.
Yes.
We have to.
We have to.
We have to respect free speech.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's about to be very free with his speech.
I fear he is. So I think without any further ado, shall we watch?
You know what? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Are you depressed?
It can be.
You find that you become depressed sometimes?
Do you find that you become depressed sometimes?
He asked the same thing twice. If I'm depressed, I do find that I get depressed sometimes. We've covered every option.
Yeah. He's really coming for us.
Yes, he is. But he's about to solve it, so, you know.
I hope so.
I'm eager to listen.
What a twist of events that would be if Elliott Hulse cures our mental illness.
Right. We start the video being like, what's this crazy
What do I
guy
do
saying?
here?
But then we, like, grow as people. Like, oh.
Ew, we can't have that.
He's like, have an open communication with the people in your life. We're
just
like,
die.
oh.
Like, no, we want to shit on some alpha bros today. We don't need life lessons
This game is cringe. This is a little cringe too, but I don't even know what's going on here. I don't even want to do this.
right now.
Right. This isn't going to be a good video.
Boo! Don't say anything meaningful.
Do you find that you're depressing your energy? Do you find that everything that you know you are on the inside, sexual and sexy and hungry and happy
Okay.
and angry?
He got me with the angry. He lost me a little bit with the energy and like the sexual eminence. But like once he went back to angry, I was like, all right, now we're back.
Now we're back.
Right. Anger, I know.
We know anger. I mean, he's definitely harboring sexual and sexy energy in this screen grab right here.
Yeah, anyone with a chest that red, I think, is really feeling it.
Yeah, he's feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Meme reference.
He's starting to turn the color of Mr. Krabs, so yeah.
Yeah, he really is. Do you think he's natty? That's a Jim Bro term that I learned.
Oh, wow. You're ahead of me. I don't know what that means.
It's basically the opposite of like a buff
It
bro
means you're on like PEDs. It's not that deep.
who takes like steroids. So like the Liver King, for example, he is not natty. Apparently he takes like 12K a month worth of...
Natty as in natural?
Yeah.
Oh, I did hear about the Liver King.
Yes.
Getting dethroned by that news.
Yeah, they're gonna throw him in the dungeons now of the Liver Kingdom.
From riches to rags.
And sad. All those things don't count. They don't matter. You've got to put them away so you depress them.
Cool. Weird. Okay.
I told you before that you've got to express. That's the only way to break the depression pattern. Because
I mean, so all right, what it sounds like he's saying is don't suppress basically your feelings. He's being a little wild about it. Sounds like he's just saying don't suppress your feelings so you don't become depressed. That's what I'm getting out of this so far.
I get depressed. In fact, I've been depressed for the past several days.
Is this a cry for help?
You know
Elliot,
what? It
babe,
could have
blink
been.
twice if you need help.
This could have
I
been
mean, it's a little crazy, but it just sounds like he's expressing his mental health. But okay.
a very normal, like, hey guys, I've been feeling a little down recently. Just wanted to, you know, be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
But no, he's channeling it into something that I feel will not be helpful to us or him.
So
Also,
far,
we
I think
can't
he's going
control
pretty
like
well.
our recording quality, but like there is a bird outside just going nuts during this recording.
In fact,
I don't know if you can hear that, but something's squawking.
I wasn't looking out for it, but now I will. I don't doubt you. I'm not gaslighting you, but
I think whatever garage this is next to a tree housing a bird who is
you're like
screaming.
a bird sanctuary or something.
Right, a perfect place to film.
Yeah, it's great for audio, like just to be around a bunch of noise.
Crisp, clean audio, you know, unfiltered,
Mm-hmm.
no problems.
Just some nice atmospheric energy to make us feel like we're really there with him. We're really there in his garage, watching this.
Who wouldn't want to be here?
Oh yeah, he's just dripping in sweat, like to be a fly on that.
Holy fuck. What the fuck, man? I mean, I do long-winded content sometimes too, but
that wall.
Right. To be a fly on that yellow, white, like stained wall. I don't know. I don't know about his location choice.
The smell must go crazy in there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what's more masculine than never cleaning your garage?
But he's an alpha, though. We can't expect him to have hygiene. That's gay. Are you gay?
Yeah. Cleaning's for women, or so I'm told.
Why am I not in the kitchen cleaning a sandwich right now?
I've made the mop.
Why am I not letting my husband film this video?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Consider me pilled. I'm into this. I think consider me pilled is gonna haunt me. I don't like saying that.
I want that on a t-shirt on like a nice button. I want to sew that into a pillow.
Oh.
That's gonna be the quote of the video. I think.
Fuck. Sorry. I want to watch this video because I'm curious about what they have to say about Elliott Hulse. But I mean, we haven't even got this. It's a 7-minute video. It's not even like their rambling is relevant to what's happening. There's like no critical engagement. It's just, I mean, I want to hear, you know, their opinion on it and more than just that. But I mean, you know, so far he's just basically crazily said that he's been depressed before. And that part of it is because he's been suppressing his emotions, basically. That's what I interpret it as. And we're just kind of telling him, I don't know, it's going a little crazy.
I can guarantee you right now.
Just responding to like every like conservative, like dark web kind of video like this with like, boy, I was unsure before, but you sold me. Consider me pilled.
Duncan, you're a
cartoon
gem.
character.
Such a beautiful way with words. Consider all of us pilled.
I've been teaching workshops, I've been building businesses and watching children and doing all the shit that I have to do.
Do you want this guy watching your children, Duncan?
I don't even know if I want him building my business, let alone watching my children.
I wouldn't trust him near my squishmallows.
Yeah, he's got some kind of energy that tells me that I can't, you know, trust him.
Yeah, I can't quite put my
Yeah, he's got some kind of energy that tells me that I can't, you know, trust him.
Yeah.
You think this is white people humor? All right, dude. You don't have to get racist on me, dude. You don't have to get racist on me, okay?
I can't quite put my finger on it, but something just doesn't feel right here. The vibe isn't right. I don't clean the energy from Elliott Hulse.
I'll call it out when I figure it out, but like, yeah, something's off.
Never letting out all the sexual synergy and hunger and anger and frustration and yelling and eating and breathing. Attend me.
Me when I take my bra off.
Because I'm sucking the sexual energy in.
I mean, I was having a laugh at Elliot. He's going a little crazy. He sounds like he's going through something here. I'll tell you that much, but okay.
Don't want to train, don't want to do anything, don't want to do anything because it's become a neurotic holding pattern. Because depression is a holding pattern. You're holding yourself depressed.
Do we need a...
We're both trying to spam the pause button. We keep starting it and stopping it.
He said, you're going to watch this and you're going to like it.
Okay, all right. A lot just happened.
I love ASMR.
Not a lot just happened. It's Elliot. I mean, I know enough about Elliot. He's just kind of like, he's trying to get his energy out. And he's talking about how he doesn't want to train or do anything because he's depressed. And he's trying to talk about, I mean, it really just sounds like he's talking about techniques to try to just fucking get the negative energy out. I don't think it's that big. It's not that bad. It's not really unfunny, Tyler 1. You guys don't know who Elliott Hulse is, man. You guys gotta get a little educated on my boy Elliott Hulse. You might be a little crazy, but you know, he's it's more of like a, right now he's just talking about how to get like that negative depressed energy out so that you go back and you train and you don't give up and you don't have a negative impact on your progress, you know?
Yeah, I go to sleep with this sound. It's great.
I heard the saliva slushing in his mouth.
Oh.
I heard his pecs just very, very loud. I like boobs, but this is a little
Of
much.
course not.
Yeah, it's definitely over dramatic. I don't know if I'd say manic, maybe. It's definitely extra, but like I think that there's a message in there that we could hopefully get to.
Not alpha.
With peace and love.
I mean, okay, if you
At
are
some
feeling
point.
down, expressing it some way, right? Finding a way to vent, there's something there. I don't
Of course there
fully
is.
understand this method of jumping up and down and screaming on camera, but look at him. It
Not on camera, but like jumping up and streaming can actually be a very cathartic thing to do. Sure.
seems to be working. He looks great.
Yeah, his
He
chest
got
is a
more
little
red.
redder. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried that as the video progresses, he will get deeper and deeper shades of red.
He'll just turn into Joe Rogan, like in that one photo of him. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I unfortunately know exactly. I'm picturing it in my mind right now.
I feel like we're intruding on a moment. Like he is at the very tippy top of going down a mental spiral, and I feel like we shouldn't be watching.
Maybe.
This feels intimate.
Yeah, this should be, you know, minimized down to a calm sentence and maybe told to a friend or a loved one. It definitely feels like...
Well, I think that what Elliot's coming from, even if he's going a little crazy with it, is that he's trying to tell young men how they can express their frustrations. And I'll say one thing is that, like, it seems like Elliot might have some anger. And one of the things that really bothers me, I'll say, is that we talk a lot about how men need to express their emotions better. But when we say it, it comes with a little subtitle that's men need to express their emotions better, but it can't be anger. But I think that men tend to express their emotions and through anger, just as I think that women do it through more like sadness, like crying and whatnot. And men and women are just a bit different. And it's okay to be angry, and it's okay to express your anger in a healthy way. And a healthy way to express your anger is go to the gym. Expressing your anger healthy could be yelling, depending on like how you do it. You know, like maybe yelling into a pillow or grunting at the gym or something, or you know, you don't want to yell at a person. You don't want to break somebody down from it. You know, there's positive methods of coping and venting your anger and your frustration. But it's kind of shitty. That like would be kind of that shaking, getting up, kind of like yelling a little bit in his garage, which is his gym in some capacity. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I don't really see a problem with it.
We were not invited here, and it's like a bad time that we've intruded in on.
2014 Elliot.
Yeah, it could definitely help depression, man. For sure. That's what I'm saying. It's just that like expressing it in a healthy manner before it builds up, you know?
Clearly going through it, but I don't think the internet should also be involved in this.
Yeah,
Why?
I think there's a reason this wasn't a great look for anybody involved.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe the reason that it wasn't a great look, and we haven't watched it all yet, but so far, maybe it's toxic masculinity, bro. Maybe it's just a guy that's venting and he's getting his aggression and anger out in a healthy way, and everybody just bullied the fuck out of him, even though he's trying to show young men a good way to get your anger and your aggression out. Like, you know what I mean?
it was on the internet once, which means it's going to be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the World Wide Web for you.
Yeah, and I've seen also many people react to this as well. So like, not only is it on this channel, it's also on other big channels. So
That's the thing, right? Like, it only takes a few people to see it, and then all of a sudden millions of people have seen it. And wow, that's probably not very cathartic, even in a bioenergetic way.
Yeah.
Which I still don't know what that means.
I think we're still waiting to hear what bioenergetic catharsis actually is. Like, I know we're YouTubers, but like we're also not
Back to the video, we'll hear it.
that dumb.
Right. Like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know, myself speaking. I just went down to 2 out of 10.
I think
Is this just like is this entire oh, this is just this is a 51-minute reaction to a 7-minute video. Okay, you know what? We're going to like not watch the rest of it because it's very clearly not productive. It's not productive at all what they're saying. And I would like to get to the full video and actually see what we got going on here. So let's kind of get rid of that. Let's just watch Elliot ourselves, and instead of listen to, I thought that they're gonna have more than just one video about it. I mean, like I thought that they were gonna have multiple things, but it's just a 51-minute reaction to a fucking 7-minute video that we let's hear it. Okay.
Are you depressed?
Okay.
You find that you become depressed sometimes?
It looks like it's a YouTube video. I mean, it's a Facebook video.
Do you find that you're depressing your energy? Do you find that everything that you know you are on the inside, sexual and sexy and hungry and happy and angry and sad? All those things don't count. They don't matter. You've got to put them away, so you depress them. I've told you before that you've got to express. That's the only way to break the depression pattern.
Yeah, this is a great message. Listen, I understand the energy is bizarre as fuck, but this is a great message. He's saying that people tell you to put away all your frustrations, and he's saying you have to express them. I don't see a problem with it so far.
Because I get depressed. In fact, I've been depressed for the past several days. I've been teaching workshops. I've been building businesses and watching children and doing all the shit that I have to do and never letting out all the sexual synergy and hunger and anger and frustration and yelling and eating and breathing.
Sounds like he's in a little bit of a dry spell.
Attend me. I don't want to fuck my wife because I'm sucking this sexual energy in.
He doesn't want to fuck his wife? Okay.
I don't want to fuck my wife because I'm sucking the sexual energy in.
Okay.
Don't want to train. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to fucking do anything because it's become a neurotic holding pattern. Because depression is a holding pattern. You're holding yourself depressed. I'm holding it in. I'm holding in the energy.
Okay.
You've got to express. I told you this before, but you've got to express. That's how you get out of depression.
Okay. He's bizarre as fuck, but like he's not wrong about anything he said right now. Yeah, he's just being honest. He doesn't want to work out, he doesn't want to fuck his wife, he doesn't want to do anything because he's depressed and he's frustrated and he's angry and he needs to get it out. That's it. That's He's just going a little crazy. But okay.
It begins with the breath. You gotta breathe. Breathing brings energy into the body, brings vitality, vibration back into a dead fucking body. Because your body's not doing it, because your brain's doing it all. You're all trapped in your goddamn head, and you gotta wake the body back up. Wake the body back up. And you do it by expanding the chest open.
I could see why he removed the video. Holy shit. Okay.
Breathe erratically, open the chest. This is where your heart is. This is where you love. Animals close their hearts, they hold down. Animals, as human beings, we open up the heart. We open it up and we stand up and you can see it, it's soft. It's supposed to be soft, but we make it hard. We make the belly hard. But you've got to soften it so that your heart can open up, so that your sex can open up, so that your expression can open up. So you've got to breathe. Big breathing.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that he's going through a lot. Yeah. Like I could like the hitting of his chest. So I know, like, listen, I think a lot of guys have been here where you get so angry that like you may want to like break things. You know, we've all been there. I'm not proud of myself in my past, but you know, I've never hit or hurt anybody. So, but like I've been in this space where I was so angry I've hit myself before. I'm not proud of it. I don't think the way he's hitting himself is like particularly like dangerous, but it's not like a good thing to, you know, it's not a good thing to inflict any form of self-harm, whether it's cutting or like hitting yourself in some capacity. That's not a good thing. He's definitely going through something. He's going through a lot. Fundamentally, I understand and I appreciate what he's saying, but he's going through something, man. Or he's going through a lot in this thing. It's probably why he took it down.
Big body breathing into your balls.
Yeah, breathe into your balls. I remember that.
Shake your balls. To get the breath down lower, shake your balls. Feel your balls shaking. Feel your balls shaking. Feel your legs shaking. Feel your belly shaking. Breathe and shake. Breathe and vibrate. Breathe and vibrate. Breathe and vibrate. That word vibrate. That vibrate. Vibrant! They like to say fucking vibrant. They like to say vibrant on TV. They like to say vibrant in commercials where they sell you pills. But the people in the commercials don't vibrate. They're stiff. They're stuck. They're neurotic. Kick.
Damn. My brother's going through something here. I wonder what's going on with him, man. I might check out one of his more recent videos. Okay.
Kick. Neurotic holding patterns. But you're gonna let go because you're gonna shake all this shit out. Just shake the motherfucker out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Stop being so damn respectable. Stop being.
Seems like he's gone a little bit to like the religious side, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, religion can be a very positive bonding thing for some people. He's definitely changed a lot. Definitely changed a lot since I've seen him. You know, I mean, he's getting older. His content's going to obviously change. Okay. How to love your toxic in-laws. That might be a good video for some people. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Being so good. Stop being so right. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Huh?
Go in your room like me.
All right.
Go where there's no one else and shake your shit. Shake your shit. Shake your balls. Breathe.
Again, he's definitely expressing this in a super bizarre fucking way. But if you try to look past the intensity of his message, he's not wrong about a single thing that he's really said. He's really just teaching people how to go and shake out their anger, their negative anger energy in a positive way. It could probably help. Just shaking. Honestly, I could see it helping. And just like, you know, moving your body and just kind of like getting that energy out. I don't know. I just feel like this is actually a good message. It's just the delivery is like, yeah, alarming for him, like for his person, and he seems to have overcome it. He seems to be doing fine, but that's the only thing it's the way he says it. But he's not wrong about anything that's going on here. Personally, I look at this as like maybe there's a little bit of a mental health thing going on with him, and I wonder why people are bullying him so much. I get 7 years ago, but now it's 2022. It's almost 2023. I wonder why the individuals are. I mean, I get like it's all in good fun, but I'm looking at a guy who's trying to teach young men to express his anger in a positive way, but that's also going through some shit. And he's being very honest about how it makes him not want to train. It makes him not want to have sex with his wife. It's ruining his anger is ruining his relationship with himself and with his wife. That's fucking real, bro. And he's being very raw and vulnerable here. I mean, I respect it a lot. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Ground. Deeper sounds go deeper into your body. The deeper the sound, the closer to your balls it is. The higher your sound, the higher it is in your throat, the more of a whiny son of a bitch you are. Bring the shit low. You know you're castrated when your voice is too high. Practice deep sounds. Breathe, vibrate. And practice deep sounds. You don't have to choose to hold the depression. Let go of it and express.
Give me like G-Man vibes from Half-Life right now, brother.
It's all good. You're allowed to do it. You don't have to be a good boy all the time.
Jesus Christ, brother. Ha! See, like right there, I'm sorry, it's giving me a chuckle. When he says you have to be a good boy all the time, and like maybe this is just the message I'm getting out of it. What it sounds like he's saying to me is that society expects you to be very docile. And again, I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it a lot because I just feel like we have a bad relationship with the way that we tell men to express their frustrations. And it's like when a woman is sad, it's okay for her to vent and cry. And I think feminism tries to teach, partially the good parts of it. Of course, everything can become toxic, but you teach men that it's okay to express themselves. But the problem is that it's a woman movement telling men to express themselves, but then they throw the additional on in a way that women express themselves. So when you hear a lot of like, let men express themselves, it's okay for men to cry, which it is sometimes. You shouldn't be crying all the time. There are acceptable moments. It's okay for you to be sad. It is. It's okay for you to vent. It is. But it's like how you vent. And I feel like nobody's talking about how, like, you know what an okay way to vent is for a man? It's to get your anger out in a healthy way. Don't hit yourself or anybody else. Don't break things. This is self-destructive behavior. But getting up and just shaking the negative energy out in an aggressive way without hurting yourself isn't bad. Going to the gym is a good way to get your anger out, And I feel like Elliott Hulse got shit on for this, mostly because people don't give a fuck about his mental health, probably. But because we don't understand how to properly express ourselves as men. Ryan's not going to cut it for a guy. Sometimes you just need to be angry and yell. Sometimes you need to fuck. That's another way to do it too. I'm not even kidding. You just need to figure out healthy coping mechanisms for your anger. It doesn't mean you always have to yell. I can get angry and I don't have to yell. But like one of the things that helps my anger is expressing myself in like a positive way, in a very forthright way. I'm angry right now, and this is what's making me angry. And when that happens with my wife, she's very respectable of it. She's like, okay. Sometimes it means I just need to be alone. I just need a second to just sit down. Sometimes it means I just need to disconnect and just chill. Maybe a cold shower. Maybe a warm shower. So if a woman was doing this and screaming in her room and we make fun of her, this dude is unhinged. No. So this is what you're not understanding. The fact that he put this type of energy out into the world, that's probably, or on a YouTube video or whatever, Facebook, that's more of the problem. Is like, you should really do this to yourself. But getting up and like shaking around and like yelling, getting it out, it's normal. Women will go to their room and scream and cry. One of my wife's advice to me when I get angry and I don't take it because it's not really for me is to go scream into a pillow. Some people probably struggle with their emotions more than you guys, and maybe you don't understand that. Like, listen, man, I'm a guy who can struggle with some of my aggressive emotions. So like, this could be decent advice to just get up and shake it out. I have my own methodologies of venting. You know, sometimes I jerk off. Sometimes that helps. Sometimes I don't know. I mean, sometimes I eat. Honestly, that's a toxic thing. That's probably the biggest way that I vent my emotions is through eating. And that's very toxic. What do you think is worse? What do you think is worse? Is like, you know, Elliott Hulse getting up, jumping around, screaming, or eating yourself to death? You know what I'm saying? There's obviously things to criticize about him, but overall, what he's saying is like a positive message. I think he's getting too much shit for it.
There are tears inside. There's laughter inside. It's all inside. It's all in your belly. Stop holding it tight.
I think the addition of him trying to be like very poetic is a little bit of a little additional, a little crazy.
Let it go. You're allowed to let go.
Okay.
Be free.
Okay.
Elliot said, what?
Okay. Yeah, that was a little too intense. I think the energy was a little too high there, but fundamentally, I agree with his messaging on how to get your anger out. It's not too bad. I think it was decent. I just think that there's a little bit of a maybe potential mental health struggle going on there. Probably could have expressed that in a little bit of a better way. It's a good idea not to try not to make content when you're in a more emotional state. It's good to have your mechanisms, but you know, power deep breathing to help out with the anger. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes you just need to be mad. Sometimes you just need a minute. Yeah. Okay. I get it. You're a rational man. You're ready to start paying this guy as a babysitter or mentor. Okay, I get that. Listen, man, I don't know. For me, dude, you know, it's just getting me a lot because I feel like a lot of people are very aggressive. I feel like I can understand your guys' uncomfortableness with what's going on with this dude. I get it. I understand that it could be a little scary. Maybe for some of you, you've been around a manic man before who's acted like this, and maybe they potentially hurt you. And I get it because, you know, men can be loyal to their anger point, and they can be or destructive around them, not just for themselves but for other people. And I understand like your apprehensiveness for it. Where I'm coming from with this is that like this is a dude to me that's going through some kind of a mental struggle, and nobody seems to give that much of a fuck, and we just relentlessly bullied him. And I don't think that would have the positive outcome of him being able to get his shit out in a healthy way. I feel like if it was a girl going through a mental health issue like this, maybe we'd be a little more empathetic towards her because she would be expressing it in more of like a sad, crying way, and we're more used to that type of emotion being expressed. But because it's a guy and he's going through his own shit, we're not as really empathetic from a societal perspective on like the right ways to vent, or that men are venting, or they're letting themselves get their shit out. I feel like he's getting a bad rap. You know? I feel like he's getting a bad rap, bro. So that's it. To me, this is like male mental health advocacy. You know? And you know, I like to try to focus on the positive message that I'm seeing from him. So I can respect what's going on. I just think like he seems to have turned to God, and that seems to be helping him, so God bless him. You know? Good for him. Good for him, man. I gotta say. Good for him. Yeah, shaking the anger, that's very therapeutic. Well, women are call it hysterical more than women. Okay, that's true, but what you have to understand is that it's more acceptable for a woman to express themselves the way that they need to than it is for a man to express themselves the way that they need to. Like I was saying before, like it's more socially acceptable for a woman to express themselves and their frustrations, their angers, and their emotions. And like again, with feminism, it has a very positive message of express yourself before you boil over. But it doesn't understand that men tend to need to express themselves differently from women because we're different. Men are different from women. My wife expresses herself differently from me. When my wife gets angry, like she might cry, and like get sad. When I get angry, I get very tight and like frustrated and emotional. We have very different venting processes, and we're both there for each other in the ways that we need to be. When my wife gets upset and upset, and sometimes she needs distance, but sometimes she needs me to come and just lay with her. And when I get mad, sometimes I need to just be alone. Sometimes and like for me, the last time I got really, really incredibly angry was when I accidentally trimmed too much of my beard. I know that sounds crazy, but I had a very long beard. It was a big part of my identity, and I shaved it. And I got very, very, very angry. And I remember I needed my wife to come downstairs. That's where I cut it and help me like trim it up and make it look nice. But I was very angry, and like I was very shut off. It sounds stupid, but like it was a big part of my identity. And I was like very shut off, and I wasn't talkative, and I just needed to stand there and just like seethe with just like my body was like hot, and I would just shake. And I would just need to breathe, and I would just need to stand there and just be angry. And my wife allowed me my space, and she stood there when I needed to. She just stayed still. She understood. You know what I mean? People might be like, well, that's toxic. Why? I was angry. I didn't destroy or hurt anybody. I just needed to be angry. I needed to walk around. I needed to pace. And frankly, if I had a downstairs basement, maybe if I did shake and I yelled, maybe I would have felt better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So I think that's the next step that needs to be talked about, is like the way that we're supposed to express our anger as men. We don't really do that. It's kind of frustrating as a man, you know? And I think that a big part of the problem is that women are a lot of times, like feminism, a lot of women are the ones saying, get your frustrations out. And then they're like, not like that though. But we don't have any men to step in and say like, no, it needs to be like this. You know what I mean? We need a little bit less feminism and more like humanism. You know what I mean? We got to start dealing that there's issues that women have, and there's issues that men have, and they're different. We don't have to sit here and compare which one is better, which one is worse, which one's harder, which one's easier, which one is this, which one is that. We acknowledge that there are separate issues that happen, and it sucks. And some people can identify more with those issues than others. And it's just about like overall helping people to not engage in a victimhood mentality, but at the same time being able to acknowledge who they are as themselves and their struggles in a way that's positive, that can push them, move them forward. You know what I'm saying, dude? That's my thing. That's what I'm like. I feel like that's the best way to do like male advocacy. You know? Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the Papa got poop. I don't know. Your anger comes from you being frustrated with your feelings. Like my brain thinks I'm being dramatic, but my soul is upset. I feel that, man. I understand exactly what you're saying. I think I've been there before. There's like bizarre times that like my body and my brain gaslight me. Like I'll get like genuinely upset about a thing, and then like my body or my brain will like react by saying like, "Oh, you're not actually supposed to be upset." And I think it's like, is it okay that I feel upset? It's weird. It's a weird thing, brother. It's a weird thing. It's very weird. No, I understand. He was a bit manic, but I addressed that multiple times. I think so my frustration with like some of the feedback I'm getting, more than anything else, is that like I'm acknowledging your frustrations, what you're upset about, what you're finding problematic with his behavior, but while contextualizing it. And it feels like I'm expressing myself well. It feels like, despite the fact that I'm being very aware and empathetic to what you're telling me, you're ignoring that empathy and you're just reinforcing and doubling down on something, and you're pretending like I'm not acknowledging it. That's what's frustrating to me. It feels like you're not listening to me, you know? And I know that sounds silly, but I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you guys in the chat. I'm listening to people who are saying that I have a traumatic experience associated with somebody who acted like this, and it really upset me, and it frustrates me to watch this, and it's triggering. And I totally get that. I respect that. You know, I get that. I understand why you're apprehensive and upset and frustrated. But for me, this is a man who at that time at least needed help. It was a cry for help, but it was also a positive message on how to get your frustrations out as like a dude. And like I'm trying to just talk about all of it at once. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah, sometimes you feel cringe for being emotional. I respect that, bro. We need more love in the world. We need more love in the world. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's sad stuff. No side combos. What are you, a fucking police officer? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.